All right, so first thing, you want to take the 35, take the CV off. So the first thing you want to do after you get the CV loose is start taking off the caliper and the rotor. So the first one is a 19, and then the next two that we're going to be taking off is an 18. All right, so once you get the brakes hung up out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and take the strut off. And it's a 15 mil, and they're down here. All right, so once you get the strut loose from the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and take this sway bar link off, and it's also a 15. All right, once you get the sway bar loose, we're gonna go ahead and start taking off the whole hub, and then it's just 3 more bolts. So then we got the upper control arm, then we got the tie rod, and then we got the lower control arm bolts. This one's an 18. This one is a 21, and the lower control arm is a 22. And we're not gonna go ahead and take these all the way off, just because once we get it striking it with a hammer, we don't want it to just fall completely off and fall on our face or fall on the ground and chip the powder coat on there. So you wanna just take it off enough where some of the threads are still in it. All right, so now that we have everything off, we got to go ahead and start getting all this off, and it's still in there. As you can tell, I got the nut off of it, and it's still in there. So you just got to take it, and I'm gonna use a rubber mallet just so I don't scratch the powder coat, and then you just go ahead and hit it. And the bottom just fell out, or the top just fell out actually. But we're gonna go ahead and put this one back on. I'm gonna carefully strike this. It's loose. And now all we have left is the bottom. And we're just gonna have to go ahead and keep striking it like that and get it off like we did up here and right here. Just be careful though. Make sure, like I said, make sure those are still on there, so if you do strike it from the bottom, it don't mess up the threads. All right, and it's loose too. All we have now are these 3 up here on the top of the strut, and then the whole strut will come down. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them from the top, and those are 19 mils. All right, so once you get the strut out of the truck, then you put the strut spacer on top. And you take the bolts, which are 17s, and you just put them in. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them in with my fingers. And then I'm using the impact gun that I got there. All right, so I got the strut back in the truck, and I left it loose up there on the top. And now I got to get it over these humps, and it's honestly a pain in the ass to get that to go over them humps. So you take a pry bar, and then you take a shirt to prevent scratching the powder coat, and you literally just wrap it up and then you gotta just force it in there, really. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. There's literally no other way to get it in there except this. Alright, so now we got the strut back in, we got it in place, we got the spacer in. Now we have to put the whole hub apart, or back apart. And that is honestly probably the hardest part of the whole job, especially if you're a one-man show. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. I'm gonna show you how I done it the best I can, but if the video gets cut out or something, it's because I didn't do a good job of showing it. So here we go. Alright, to be honest with you, that was hell, but I got it. So now, literally all we have to do now is start piecing this thing back together. And then we're ready to go ahead and sand these. I gotta grind these studs back down just a little bit for the adapters. But I'm gonna go ahead and start piecing this thing back together. I'm gonna just time lapse all of that, because I mean, you already saw me take it off, so just put it back on the same way you did. And then once you're good, you can throw your tires back on. And then we'll get a look and see how this thing looks whenever we get it done.